Hi everybody, this is the screencast for week 11 primary physical education, and this screencast will take you through exactly what you need to do for this week's asynchronous tasks. If you click onto learning materials and then go through into 2021, scroll down and you'll see week 11 primary education. Again, the tasks for you for this week's asynchronous teaching have been set up on a Padlet, so if you click onto the folder, this will take you through to it. So as last week, there is a Padlet and a timeline of tasks for you to complete. Okay, so the first one for you to do is researching into your old primary school. Okay, and what I want you to do is find out what they have spent their primary sport premium funding on. Okay, it is sometimes quite difficult to find, so you're going to have to be prepared to spend time looking and researching into where this might be. Often it's under a PE section if the school has that, or it might be under whole school information. Okay, it might take a bit of time to try and find out where it is on the website. The school should be having it on the website because it is part of the Ofsted requirement and of the funders for schools to show how they are spending that money. Okay. Don't get confused with the primary premium. Okay, this is the primary sport and PE for the premium that you need to be looking for. Okay, once you've found that, I want you to make notes on what the school is spending their money on. And this may differ school to school. Some schools might be really vague on it, okay, and just say they're going to spend £8,000 on continuous professional development without actually saying on what area. Okay, so is it Key Stage 1? Is it Key Stage 2? Is it for teaching assistants? Is it for class teachers? Is it for coaches, etc.? So again, some might be quite vague, some might have a lot of information in there. Right, so find out what they spend it on, make notes on it, and see what your thoughts are. Once you've done that onto the school that you went to, I want you to find another primary school, so either within the same area, or it might be one that you maybe coach at or volunteering, okay, or it might be from a completely different area. I want you to have a look at that and just compare and contrast what the schools are spending their funding on. Okay, again, make notes. Is there anything that stands out to you? Is there any consistencies? Okay, or is there complete differences? That's your first task. Okay, your second task is to access this primary PE and sport premium survey research report. And this task involves you undertaking some reading. Okay, so I want you to click on the link. Okay, that is called the research report that is on the bottom of the document. Okay, and read the key findings, pages 7, 8 and 9. Okay. This should be highlighting to you what the key findings of how schools have spent the primary premium, okay, and on what. So there'll be lots of different pieces of information on here that you can then use to compare what schools are spending their primary premium on. Okay, another document that I want you to look at is from the Youth Sport Trust strategy, okay, and their strategy for this was going to last from 2018 to 2022, so a 4-year cycle. We're halfway through that cycle, so the Youth Sport Trust have pulled together what they're calling a half-time strategy. Okay, so what I want you to do is skim read the strategy, and skim reading is you're not reading everything really in depth, but you're looking to see whether there's any key phrases or buzzwords that they're using. They use a lot of infographics, so what are they detailing? Is it interesting facts and figures? Is it words? Okay, there'll be lots in there that you're going to have to get used to skim reading. Okay, so in essence, what you're now reading should hopefully be helping you to think about, if you were a PE coordinator in a local primary school, what you would be spending the £18,000 on. Okay. Once you've done this task, it leads you on to the next one, which is around you evidencing the impact of the primary PE and sport premium. Okay, and this is a Word document. This is a template that schools and primary PE coordinators are accessing, and they're completing as part of their conditions for them and spending the primary premium. Okay, it's in essence telling the funders how they are spending the money and what on, because don't forget it is ring fence for the subject area, so it has to be spent on PE and physical activity. Okay, so read and familiarise yourself with the form. There's going to be some aspects of it that you're not going to be able to complete. You won't know the information. Okay, I'm not bothered about that. What I'm interested in is you having a go at answering how you might, if you were a PE coordinator, how you would think about spending the primary sport premium to impact the 5 key indicators. Okay, so you've got £18,000. What are you going to do for each key area? Okay, so there's an example about increasing competitive opportunities. So what would you suggest for that school to do and why? All right. Once you've had a go at this form, okay, I want you to upload it onto this Padlet. And to do so, you come to the bottom right button here where it says Add Post. Okay, you will need to have saved your work somewhere pre-adding it. So whether that's on your shoe folders, that's on your desktop, wherever, get into the habit of saving it in the same place. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to upload it, but I want you to upload it with your name so we're able to give you feedback as well. So Ben and myself will have a look at these over the next week or so once these have been added. Your final task is to listen to a podcast. And the reason I put podcast on here is a different way of you maybe learning or listening and undertaking some research and conversations that are undertaken by practitioners within the industry. Okay, so this podcast is to do with the Yorkshire Sport Foundation, who are in essence our active network. They are the county sport partnership, so they're strategically overseeing sport and physical activity within the region. So a massive area, one of the biggest counties in the country. Okay, huge job for them to do. So the link to the podcast is there. It's on primary PE. It is an hour's long at length, so you might not want to listen to it all at one time. Okay, but I would suggest that you listen to all of it because, again, I'm going to ask you to make notes on what is being discussed and for you to consider how it's relevant to this week's teaching. Okay, and on that link to the website, you'll notice that there are some other podcasts as well that will be appropriate to the module as you progress through it. Okay, so start thinking about where you might access other bits of information that's not necessarily for you to read. Okay, maybe listening to some podcasts is another way of you learning. All right, so a number of tasks there for you to do on the role of physical education in primary schools. Okay, thanks.